Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about my book that was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've read the book from a while now, but I read it again so I could make this. And I know it's the movie logo, and yeah, let's go. The author. Joanne Rowling was born July 31st, 1965, which makes her like she has 55 years old. 55? Yeah. I'm not good at math. Sorry. So, she also writes crime fiction under the pen name Robert Galbraith. She was born in Yate, Gloucestershire, and she conceived the idea of Harry Potter actually, while on a delayed train from Manchester to London in 1990. And she wrote everything that she could think about it on a napkin, so it would she wouldn't lose her ideas. The K in J.K. Rowling stands for Kathleen, which is the name of her paternal grandmother. And when she writes crime fiction, she also writes under the name of Robert Galbraith, but she also has one book with her name like J.K. Rowling. She has some controversies with the LGBTQ community, and I'll talk about that later. And she signed her books with the name J.K. because it was like, oh, the boys can think there was a woman who wrote this book, so they would think that it was for girls. So she put J.K. You understand. So, the main characters. We have Harry Potter, the survivor, I think. So, he is the child. He's a kid. And he lives with his relatives, Vernon, Dursley, and Petunia, which are Petunia is his mother's sister. Okay. They are very, toxic people. I don't know. They are, really mean to him. He lives under the stair. So it's really weird. We have Albus Dumbledore, who is the director. The principal, actually, not the director. The director is for movies. He's the principal of Hogwarts. And we have Severus Snape, which is the potions teacher at Hogwarts. And everybody thinks he's mean, but he's not. He's the best character in the whole series in the book. And I know the pictures are from the movies. I'm sorry, I couldn't find the pics of the books of each character. Sorry. And we have Professor Quirrell. Quirrell. It's a weird name to say. He is another teacher with the dark arts. And we'll find some things about him later in the book. And you need to, read, because if I tell you, it would ruin your whole experience. I don't know if... I think everybody has read it already, so... We have Ron, which is, the second youngest brother on his family. It's 7 brothers and 1 sister, I think. And we have Hermione. She is a Muggle-born. She is, her parents are Muggles. They are not wizards, like Harry's parents or, Ron's parents. So, the story. Harry lives with his uncaring relatives, Petunia, Vernon, and his spoiled cousin, Dursley. They are, rich, but they don't care about Harry. They just give him food. He has to make his own food. Which, I'm not against it. I like to make my own food. But he has to make food for everybody. For his aunt, for his uncle, for everybody. And one day, after he completes his 11th birthday, on October 31st, I think, he receives some letters from the Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. And there are a lot of letters. They come through the whole house, and even Vernon gets crazy, and they move to an island in the middle of the sea. And then Hagrid comes by, and he says, "You're a wizard, Harry." With the British accent, which I won't make. And the Sword and Hat, which is the hat that it uses to they put on their heads, and they have to tell them which house they will be. Like Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw. I'm a Gryffindor, by the way. I know it's none of your business, but I really wanted to say that. We'll have Quidditch, which is the sport that they play in Hogwarts, which is almost, I don't know. You're flying brooms, and you have to get a little golden snitch. And then, so you can get, if the catcher, I think, if he gets the golden snitch, the team wins. We have the Mirror of Erised, which is a very important part on the book. Harry, when he finds it, he sees like his parents, and there are a lot of stuff like that. He shows your deepest desire. You know what I mean? Like when Ron sees it, he sees like he's the captain of the Quidditch team. He's winning the championship. Everybody's carrying him. So it's their deepest desire. So the whole series. We have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which is the book that I'm talking about it now. We have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is an amazing book. I really like Prisoner of Azkaban too. It's probably my favorite. But I wouldn't talk about the third book because it's kind of weird. And we have Harry Potter and the Lord... And what? And the Order of the Phoenix. I couldn't read it. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. There you go. All of them are great books. I mean, the one that I don't like the most is like Deathly Hallows and Sorcerer's Stone. Okay, so the next. J.K. is in trouble. J.K. had some trouble with the LGBTQ community. And it was like this. She wrote some tweets on Twitter talking about that trans women aren't women. Like creating a more equal post-COVID-19 world for people who menstruate. So, Rowling took issue with the phrasing, and she tweeted like, people who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Some help me out. Woman. She was wanting to talk about women, excluding the trans people. Rowling, J.K. responded to the backlash by posting a series of tweets to defend her earlier statements. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. And she also made posted an ad of a store. They're like, transactivism is misogyny, something like these, you know. Like she posted a shirt that she bought, like, this witch doesn't burn. She just tweeted that shirt. Like, this witch doesn't burn. And then everybody was like, oh, that's nice. But when they clicked to check the store, it's like an anti-trans people store. So, because it was not a woman, you know. So she had some troubles with that. And thank you very much.